Welcome to the super official List Critic episode.
Super official List Critic. Can you dig it, man? I know you can. Hey, listen.
Hey, listen, man.
We are both big Game Drops fans, huh?
Yeah, we're huge fans of Jam Drop.
I'm not going to try his energy shots, though.
No, it's all right.
All right, so before we get started with the user-submitted list, I have two lists here that I found on the internet. I haven't really looked at them too much that I thought would be fun to do.
Okay.
First one is from Games Radar. It is 9 games that you would not recognize at all in their original form, meaning that these are games that, from their original concept to the completed project, were so evolved or so changed that it's like a completely different game.
Okay, I like that.
So it's a 9, not in any particular order. The first one is BioShock. According to what I'm reading here, BioShock originally was not underwater. It was in space. And they said it was more like the first two System Shock games. And they said you would have played as Carlos Coelho, a cult deprogrammer paid to infiltrate an extremist group and capture a wealthy heiress, only to find out everyone's been murdered and deconstructed by human insect space monsters.
Huh.
So apparently it was going to take place on a space station, and I guess then they changed it to an island, and then they changed it to that there would be parts under the island, and they thought the underwater stuff was so cool they decided to make the whole game like that.
Under the sea.
Don't do that. I'm kind of glad they changed that because it's, System Shock, okay, System Shock 2, now you're pushing it. We didn't really... I mean, I guess there were people that wanted BioShock to be System Shock 3.
Yeah, but I don't think it would have worked out the same, as well.
I'm glad it was its own thing.
Yeah, me too, I gotta say.
Okay, this is one you're probably familiar with. The second one here is, we of course know Conker's Bad Fur Day, but it started life as 12 Tales Conker 64, which was basically like a 3D version of the ridiculous Game Boy Color game.
Huh.
Yeah.
That's very different.
Conker's Pocket Tales, you remember that shit?
No.
Yeah. Conker's Pocket Tales was a game on the Game Boy Color. It was a spin-off of Diddy Kong Racing. I know you've seen it because I played it on YouTube. And it was this cutesy, like kitty game. And they were going to make a Nintendo 64 version. It was called 12 Tales Conker 64. And I remember seeing screenshots in like GamePro or whatever, or EGM, and it looked like like Mario 64 kind of game, And then they said, you know what? Fuck it, we're going rogue on the squirrels.
Let's put a poop monster in there as
yeah, we need the poop monster.
We need the poop monster, the great and giant mighty poo, whatever the hell it was.
Okay, Quake. Quake is about space aliens and zombies in a vaguely medieval setting.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, Quake originally focused on an unnamed hammer-wielding protagonist that would explore a great Aztec-inspired setting full of strange and highly killable beasts. There would be thunderbolts and a ring of regeneration involved.
I'm already happy that it turned out the way it did and not like that.
Yeah, Games Radar calls it Thor Goes to Mexico.
Yeah, pretty much. Thor Goes to Mexico. Yeah.
Yeah. So there you go. That would have been interesting. That would have been an interesting mod to play, right?
They actually, now that they put that up, they actually probably will make a mod for it, too. How much you want to bet?
If there isn't already.
If there isn't already.
Banjo-Kazooie. A very fun collect-a-thon platformer starring a big giant teddy bear and a sarcastic bird. Originally, according to this, was a Zelda-style action RPG, and the character that was Banjo was actually a human. The only thing that's similar is the clothes he wore. And the sidekick was not a bird, it was his girlfriend. And I guess there was pirates involved as well.
I'm so glad they didn't do that.
Apparently, Rare realized that is incredibly boring, and they went with Banjo-Kazooie instead.
Yeah, oh, wow.
That's like generic the game.
Yeah, pretty much.
Wolfenstein 3D, of course, the granddaddy of first-person shooters, originally was a stealth-based game, which is not surprising considering that Wolfenstein 3D is the threequel in a stealth series.
True.
So they wanted to keep it sneaky, and I guess they just said, you know what, let's make it action-based, and the first-person shooter as we know it was born.
Yay!
Let's see. Grand Theft Auto started as a racing game. I've actually heard this, so I don't even need to read this. There was a mechanic that they were doing. They were doing a racing game, but they decided there would be a mechanic that if you hit people or did anything crazy, the cops would try to pull you over, right? But there was a bug in the AI that made the cops super aggressive and always trying to chase you, and they realized that getting away from the cops was a lot more fun than the actual racing game, so they decided to make it into, the crime spree game that we know.
I actually think I've heard that before.
Yeah, I've heard that before, too. That's why I was able to say it without reading anything.
Yeah, I've heard that before. Now, it's interesting, when something comes up like that during, like, coding and programming and whatnot.
Here's another game bought out of a bug, Devil May Cry. You might have heard this one. I think we've talked about that, too.
We have heard.
They were working on the original version of Resident Evil 4, and there was a bug where shooting enemies caused them to pop up in the air, and you were able to juggle them by attacking. And I guess they were trying to work out this bug, and testers were going through it, and the coders were going through it, and somebody from Capcom came by and said, "Wow, that's awesome." And they said, "Well, it's a bug." And I said, "Fuck that! Let's make a whole game based around that." And that's how Devil May Cry was born.
Fuck that! Let's make a game on it. I love it.
Well, all right. Splinter Cell Conviction. Let's see. Apparently, at one point, the game was that you were a fugitive trying to uncover horrible secrets about the third Echelon, and that you would use social stealth tactics like blending into crowds, along with some hand-to-hand combat. So basically it was Assassin's Creed.
Well, now, see, I never got into the those games there. Yeah. So, I mean, the Assassin's Creed games I've got into, but not the... not those.
Apparently, at one point, Team Fortress 2 was a super serious sim-like game instead of the cartoony fun-a-thon that it is now.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow,
Can you imagine that? We're so used to the super cartoony, wacky Team Fortress 2, it's kind of hard to imagine it otherwise.
I'm trying to imagine it right now. It's serious, and I can't do it.
Oh, there you go. That was the last one. So out of 9, I'm going to say 9. That was great. That was interesting. I think the Bioshock one was really interesting because... I'm trying to imagine that. It's like, what?
Yeah, I had to say 9 as well. That was really interesting. I like that.
Okay, I have one from TechnoBuffalo.com as well. It's the 15 most disappointing games of this generation.
Oh, okay.
I think by this generation, they must mean the last generation.
Yeah, like 360. PS.
Yeah. Okay, so the first one on here, this is also in no particular order. The first one on here is Aliens Colonial Marines. Oh, yes. I was looking forward to this, and then I saw gameplay, and then I was no longer looking forward to it.
Actually, you and I were both like foaming at the mouth the first time we saw
it. So was Andrew, and then you started to see like some kind of disturbing things. Early reviews came out, and it was.
And then I will never forget actually seeing the actual gameplay for the first time, and I went...
And you're like, why are the aliens, like, walking into walls and spinning around in circles? And...
I'm like, what the hell's going on?
Yeah. Glitching out. The next one is Armored Core 5. I don't know if that's disappointing, because I don't even know what the hell they're talking about.
What is Armored? I don't even know what Armored Core is, so...
Well, I don't know. I know that it was, it's like a mech combat game, and... It started like in the PS2 era, I think.
I never.
Actually, it started before that. But I guess 5 was disappointing. I don't know. Is anybody really looking forward to it?
I don't know. I don't know anybody who even play those games, honestly. So it's like.
Now, next on the list, and this is an interesting one, is Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3. And I'm thinking, like, really, like in some ways, like. I can see if you only played, like, the first half, you could think it's disappointing because it takes a while to really ramp up. But, let me read what they're saying here. They're talking about the multiplayer. Who gives a shit?
Well, you know, it's what the Call of Duty's franchise is famous for, is its multiplayer.
Now it's famous for Kevin Spacey.
Yeah.
You know, I gotta give them credit. All three developers that work on this series is that as much as everyone goes bonkers over multiplayer and that's all they talk about and everything, they sure do push that campaign. They talk about, you know, what actors they got and what screenwriter they got. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
They haven't given up. They haven't given up on the single player, which I'm glad for because that's what I play. And it would be easy to give up.
You know, actually, you're definitely in a minority there for when it comes.
I think I'm part of. I'm not a minority. I'm part of the silent majority. I think most people do play the single player. It's just that they talk about the multiplayer because that's interesting to talk about. I don't know. Whenever I run into people and we talk about Call of Duty, like with coworkers or whatever, we always wind up talking about, oh, remember that part? You know, we're always talking about the stories.
Interesting.
But, well, now everybody's amped up to play Advanced Warfare because, you know, oh, Kevin Spacey! I make fun, but I am looking forward to it. I do like Kevin Spacey. I do like video games, so it is a natural fit. Next up on the list is Epic Mickey.
Epic Mickey. Oh, yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Was Epic Mickey really disappointing? I think that Epic Mickey 2 was the disappointing one.
No, Epic Mickey, I think, was highly disappointing in some respects.
I don't know. It got decent reviews. People enjoyed it. It sold okay. It was when they released the sequel that everyone was like, "Man, this sucks."
I don't know. I was actually more disappointed with the first one. I think it's because I remember what they were talking about before, and I think they were a little too ambitious for their own good, so they had to tone it down a bit.
I don't know. I think the second one qualifies more just because of that one was legitimately bad.
Oh, that was a bad game anyway.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Duke Nukem Forever, yeah. I mean, honestly, though, it's like, I think we were all kind of expecting it to suck after 15 years.
Honestly, if a game is 15 years in development...
And not 15 years of we're just making it perfect, but 15 years of starting from scratch and firing people and changing engines and dealing with, you know, insane people who want to add 1 million features to the game before it's finished instead of just putting it out. I think that, you know, kind of the disappointing thing is that Duke Nukem Forever would have blown people's minds back in, like, 2003.
Well, back in 2003.
The first-person shoot. First of all, there's two things about it. First-person shooters have evolved a lot since then.
Mm-hmm.
And they failed to take that into account. And secondly, the Duke Nukem humor doesn't really work in this era, you know what I mean?
No, especially the way things are politically and socially now.
Yeah, and it's kind of a shame because but the thing is they could have evolved him a little bit more, and instead of being, you know, kind of like, you know, macho McKnuckledragger, he could have been more of a snarky kind of guy or a throwback, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But, no, I don't know. Duke Nukem is it a terrible, terrible game? No. But is it a mediocre game? Absolutely.
I actually consider it to be a bad game because, well, for one thing, when I played through it, I found a number of bugs, too. So
yeah. Well, I mean, I think that bad isn't the word, but outdated is the word.
Outdated, no, that's the word. Yeah.
Final Fantasy XIV.
First iteration.
in its original iteration, Final Fantasy XIV was incredibly disappointing for people that played it, especially considering that it was really just a buggy clone of 11 with better graphics. But I understand they have improved it greatly.
From what I understand, and I've actually watched a little bit of gameplay of Realm Reborn, it looks and plays awesome.
Yeah, they might as well have just called it Final Fantasy XIV too.
Yeah, but, you know, honestly, like they really
that was a joke. I'm glad they didn't do that.
No, they really did remake it though, which is a good thing. So, you know,
Gran Turismo 5. I don't play sim racing games, so I don't know how disappointing Gran Turismo 5 was.
I don't play them either. So.
But just based on what I'm looking at, the graphics here, let me show you the screenshot that I'm looking at.
Okay.
Let me see if you have the same sort of observation that I do.
Well, let's see.
You got it?
Yep. I'm looking at it right now.
Now, is it me, or could they have taken some of the detail that they put into those cars, which look fantastic,
Put it on the grass?
and put a little into the environment? Yeah, the grass looks like Nintendo 64 grass.
I'm looking at the texture in the grass here, and it just...
Textures are awful.
That was the first thing I noticed.
Oh, God. It's like I can make better than that in Photoshop.
That the cars look amazing, but...
Yeah, I mean, the cars are so... I mean, they look beautiful, but then the rest of the game just looks like a early PS2 game, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, that grass texture.
And apparently the gameplay had some issues. They said there was poor damage physics, horrific AI, and shoddy screen tearing.
Ooh, that's not good.
Haze is on this list. Haze, was that really hyped?
Nothing I'm aware of.
I mean, wasn't Haze kind of like the console not Far Cry, but Crysis, but nobody really paid attention to it?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't think it was really hyped or anything like that, but then that's me.
Who knows? Lair is on here.
Oh, yes.
Now, I don't think that Lair was disappointing in as much as I think that Lair suffered from being like the only major PS3 game for a while, and everybody kind of was bagging on it for being a shitty version of Panzer Dragoon.
Yeah, it never lived up to what it was supposed to be.
No, it had no chance whatsoever. And
it had no chance.
And unfortunately, there were no other PS3 games to take the focus away from Lair.
Well, that was the inherent problem with the PS3, you know.
Now you look at the PS3 and there's lots of great exclusives, but back then the big exclusive was Lair and it sucked.
Yeah, I mean, literally, there's nothing that could have saved Lair at that point.
Yeah.
There's nothing.
I think that the disappointing thing, I don't know how good it would have been, but I think the disappointing thing is that it was from Factor 5.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Metroid Other M. That was hugely disappointing to me. I did have high hopes for it because of the quality of the Metroid games up until that point had been impeccable. And then, what the fuck happened?
Other M dropped the ball.
I'm not even sure they ever had the ball.
Yeah, it was bad. Like, really bad.
And this is from Team Ninja.
Yeah.
I mean, they could do action games. They made all those Ninja Gaiden games.
Yeah, well, look at Ninja Gaiden recently, too.
Well, guess what's next on the list?
Ninja Gaiden, seriously?
Ninja Gaiden 3. Of the modern series, not the NES one.
Yeah. Yeah.
Resident Evil 6 is also on here.
Well, Resident Evil 6.
Well, here's the thing. There's part of me that thinks, well, why would they ever think that Resident Evil 6 was going to be good? But then I remember seeing that first trailer and saying, you know what, this could save the series. Because, 5 was not a terrible game, but it was a step in the wrong direction.
6 was hard.
And 6 was like, it looked like they were trying to correct it because they had the cool gameplay that 4 and 5 had, but they brought it back to the horror roots. But then it just turned out like they were trying too hard to make an epic and not to make a survival horror game.
Right.
And that's fine, but the fact is because it's called Resident Evil, you expect it to have some survival horror elements and not be basically the zombie version of Final Fantasy, 15. I mean, it shouldn't have been that.
It shouldn't have, but it was, and that's why it tanked.
Well, I was reading this other article that was saying that the next Resident Evil should be a reboot, and that they should scrap all of the characters, and they were saying to use Dark Souls as sort of a template, make your own character, and it should be about the survival.
Actually, I kind of like that idea.
I like it too. Star Wars: The Force Unleashed. I think I remember you saying that was disappointing.
I went in with such high hopes. I mean, I saw that trailer where you had to stop the Star Destroyer there and everything, and like where you can actually control the Star Destroyer with the Force and everything like that. I thought it was going to be amazing.
I gotta say that I'm kind of like fed up with Star Wars in general.
It was
and I'm really hoping that the fact that it's not a George Lucas thing anymore, and that Disney has control of it, and that we might see something fresh in the movies. But so I'm holding like a little bit of like anticipation for Episode 7. But as for the games, I haven't been interested in a Star Wars game since like Rogue Squadron 3, which was a disappointment for me.
I haven't loved a Star Wars game since Knights of the Old Republic 2.
Yeah.
It's been a while.
The next one is Steel Battalion Heavy Armor.
Never heard of it.
Well, it was a tank game, but it was a Kinect game.
And this is why I've never heard of it.
So there you go. I love the screenshot. It shows, like you got these World War II guys, and they're inside a tank, and, the guy's holding up his fist, and there's a prompt on the screen, fist bump your comrade. That is the douchiest fucking thing.
That is the douchey thing! Oh my god.
And the final game on the list is Too Human.
Oh, I remember that.
Remember when that was a GameCube game?
Yes.
And then it was a PS2 game, and actually, wasn't it around before the GameCube?
It was. It was. I remember seeing it slated for.
Was it PS1?
I think for PS1, and then it just went away, and no one talked about it, and then
when it finally came out, and nobody liked it. What's his face there? The Silicon Knights guy was saying, "Oh, well, people just wanted to hate on it. They didn't actually play it."
No, it's called. You needed to release it when you were supposed to release it, not fucking.
Well, there's no gameplay.
Yeah, Too Human. It was like a bad visual novel.
And didn't they have issues with licensing in the Unreal Engine?
Yes.
So there you go.
Yeah.
Well, out of, how many was this? 15. I'm going to say 14 because I wasn't disappointed by Modern Warfare 3. I mean, in the first half, I was kind of like, what the fuck's going on? But then I thought it was awesome at the end. But, and there were a few on here that, like, Armored Core 5, like, I mean, I don't know anything about that, but I'm kind of just taking their word for it. So I'm going to say 14 out of 15.
I'm going to say 14 out of 15 as well. I'm going to take your word for it on the Modern Warfare one, but I don't play it.
I know you don't play those games. It did pick up greatly in the second half.
I'm going to go with you. I'm going to just go with you on that one.
Okay. So let's move on to our user-submitted lists.
Yay!
All right, so Poofnisse, he likes to send in the picture ones.
Of course.
And he seems to favor this website, heavy.com. So let's take a look at what we got this time. Oh, God. 20 disturbing mall Santa Claus pictures. So, yeah. So I'm just going to show them to you, and oh man, it's one of these. All right, you know what? I'm going to link you to the list, and you just go to the next one when I say, go to the next one, and we'll look at it together.
All right, let's see.
So this header is great because you got this really angry-looking Santa, and this kid is just crying his eyes out. Aren't mall Santas supposed to be friendly? Why is he giving the death glare?
Oh, he's got a death glare on him.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
All right, go to the next one.
Next.
Okay, so this one, the kid looks really freaked out. The mall Santa looks drunk, and he's got his hands in a really inappropriate place.
Oh, my goddess.
He looks drunk off his ass.
He looks drunken. I think, actually, look at his eyes. I think drunken high.
He might be really tired or something, because I'm sure that's a very exhausting job, but they don't look good.
And I don't like where his hand is either.
Yeah. All right, the next one, go ahead. And we got another mall Santa who looks extremely drunk. two kids on his lap. The little girl looks like she's trying desperately to escape.
Mama, get me off of him! Oh, poor kids.
That guy, you can't say that he looks tired. He looks drunk.
Yeah.
The little boy doesn't seem to care. That's an old picture.
Yeah, these are some of these are really old.
That's like from the 80s, I think.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead to the next one.
Oh, this one's even older.
Ah, what the fuck is this?
You know who that is?
Ah, what?
That's Rob Zombie Santa.
Well, I guess that's kind of awesome. Yeah, that doesn't qualify really. All right, go to the next one. What the? Okay, here we. Oh my God, pedo alert.
Pedo alert much?
Look at this guy. He looks like an underpants gnome.
Oh my God, I didn't want to see that, but look down towards his crotchal area.
Does he have a boner?
Yes.
Oh my God. And that little girl looks really freaked out.
Oh my God, that's so bad. I have to hit next. I can't even look at that anymore.
That's where she goes to the mother and says, "There was something pointy in Santa's lap." All right, I'm hitting next. Ah! What the fuck is that? What the fuck is going on?
What?
What is the little girl pointing at? Where's the little boy's pants? And is that even really a Santa or just like a mannequin? I'm clicking next. I can't look at this anymore.
I can't look at that anymore.
All right. This is kind of like the first one where Santa looks pissed off.
Yeah, he just looks really pissed.
So do the kids.
Yeah, kids look at that kid. Look at that one on the right there.
Yeah. And that kid looks like she's going to fuck you up.
Mm-hmm.
I'm hitting next.
All right.
Another drunk Santa.
The drunk one.
Crying baby. That little girl looks like she's enjoying herself a little too much, though.
Oh, we have zombie Santa.
What?
Next one.
Well, stop clicking next before I say to.
Sorry.
Yeah, it's Rob's. All right, now click next.
Okay.
And, oh my God, the evil eyes. Is that Anton LaVey as Santa?
That's what I was thinking, yeah.
Good Lord. And that's like for like a Christmas card or something.
Yeah, that's pretty
Evil. Evil. And these kids are like the worst. Like, one's looking in the other direction, the other's trying to escape. Like, we're trying to take a picture here.
Can I escape?
All right, go ahead, hit next.
All right, let's see.
We got, all right, well, you get the mom is sitting on Santa's lap, and she's got the baby in her lap. I think Santa's enjoying the mom a little too much.
Yeah, and the mom, I guess they...
UGLY, she ain't got no alibi.
Yeah.
She ugly.
Ugh.
Santa's checking her out, though.
And that smile, all teeth, it just, no.
That's not a smile, that's baring her teeth at you.
Yeah, it's burying her fangs or
She
something.
looks insane. No wonder the baby looks freaked out. All right, next. Okay, this Santa looks confused. Like, he's like, why the fuck am I even here? And he's got I think that the kids are the scary thing in this picture, and he's just like, get me out of here.
Yeah, the kids, I think the kids are more scary than the Santa. I think
Santa looks traumatized.
Oh.
Santa looks traumatized in that picture, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does.
Man. All right, next. Okay, this Santa looks like he's sleeping.
Yeah, he's sleeping. Kid's going, shh.
Oh, that's kind of cute, though. I don't know if that's creepy.
Why is that
It was clearly set up to be a photo where Santa's sleeping and the baby's sleeping, and then the other little boy's like, shh, she's sleeping.
I don't think that's that bad.
It's got a Thundercat sword.
Oh, I didn't even see that. Oh, wow, there we go.
All right, go ahead and hit next. And there we got another drunk Santa.
Really, really drunk.
That Santa looks like he's about to throw up.
I was just thinking that, too.
Wow.
He's going to blow chunks right over those kids.
Or more likely all into his beard.
Uh-huh.
All right, go ahead, hit next.
The fuck?
Okay, this is just a bad makeup job. He tried to give Santa rosy cheeks, but instead he looks like the devil. And
Or
that
evil...
That little toddler there looks like baby Hitler.
I was just going to say that, too. Look at him. He's like, Einstein!
the children! It's like little Cartman. That's the last one. So, I guess this was 20. I'm going to give it a 11. There were some that were very creepy, but there were some that I like the Rob Zombie ones. I didn't see what was so... That was not a mall Santa, you know?
I'm going to say 12.
I think this was more like 20 drunk Santas.
Yeah, 20 drunk or
Creepy pedo underpants gnomes guy with the boner.
Oh my god.
You know what? I'm going to bump it up to 12 for that.
Yeah, that's what I said 12 for. Yeah.
I'll bump it up to 12 just for that guy. He was creepy. All right, let me delete this. Okay, another one from Heavy.com. This is the 20 most awesome fireworks fails of all time. And let's do this the same way, where we'll just look at it together.
Okay.
Okay, so there you go. There's the link. Oh, that might not work. Will that work? That will work.
Okay.
Oh, wait. What? Hold on a second.
Oh, the thing went plopple.
Okay, you gotta manually click on the first one. All right. You ready?
Yeah.
Wait a minute. No, this is like a completely different... when I linked you, it went to like a completely different order of pictures. All right, hold on. Let me send you a different link, okay? Oh, I know why. Because he linked me to the third picture. All right, go to the first one. We're good. The header.
Okay, I'm there.
Okay. So, idiot with a rocket in his ass. I mean, I think there's going to be a lot of them in his ass. I think we're going to see a lot of, like, fireworks in the ass.
Oh, well, I gotta tell you, from that perspective, it kind of looks like he's, instead of going in, it looks like it's going out from his ass, so...
Well, which one are you looking at the header where it actually says 20 idiots with fireworks? Oh, you know, that's what it's called, 20 idiots with fireworks in their butts.
Yeah.
All right, go to the next one.
Okay.
Okay, that looks like a special effect.
I was going to say, look at that one. It looks like... Yeah, it does.
That's going to hurt.
You know, I always can hear it in, like, my head. Pew! You know?
Pew, pew, pew! Let's hit the next one.
Let's see.
That guy has got underpants on, so I don't know how that works.
Huh. What?
You can actually see the little rocket taking off.
Oh, that's crazy.
All right, next. That was done in Photoshop.
That's Photoshop.
That's the pen tool. I mean, come on.
That's definitely Photoshop.
All right, next. Oh. What the fuck?
What in the actual...
Why are they doing this? Why are they sticking fireworks in their ass? I'm hitting next.
I'm hitting next.
Oh, that's the header one again. All right, I'm hitting next again. All right, well, this one that his friend's about to light it, and everybody's so smiley. There's two different people taking pictures. And it's like, this is not going to end well.
No. All right.
Next.
Holy shit.
Oh, okay. This person's lying on the ground, ass up, bottle rocket coming out and there's a dog jumping over it.
Oh.
I think it's
the dog's okay.
All right, next. And there we have two assholes, but these are all the same. It's just boom, up the ass, up the ass, up the ass, up the ass.
They're all just like the same thing.
Yeah, okay, the next one's animated, so go ahead and click that.
Oh, let's see.
You can see the look of pain in the guy's face as the rocket takes off.
Yeah.
He deserved that. Why do people think this is a good idea?
People are stupid.
All right, I'm gonna stop here. I had enough of this.
Yeah, I've had enough of this too.
I've seen enough asses for one day. I'm gonna give that an ass out of 20.
Can I give it a double ass out of 20?
If you want to give it a double ass, you can give it double ass.
I give it a double ass out of 20 then.
All right, I got a couple more of these picture ones. Let's just do one more, okay?
Okay.
All right, this next one I don't think I need to send you because it's a Facebook thing, so I can just read it. Or is it Facebook photo? Well, all right, I'll see what I... This is 23 ways to embarrass yourself forever using social media.
Okay.
So, number one, use Photoshop... Why is this starting number one? Whatever. Use Photoshop to make it appear like you can do things you really can't. And what they got is this guy is lifting weights, and he clearly Photoshopped like a lot more weights onto the bar. And you know how you could tell, Tanya?
How?
There's a mirror behind him. And he forgot to Photoshop the weights in the mirror as well.
Fail.
Yeah, fail. Number 2, encourage your parents to hit you on Facebook. This woman posts a picture, Melody, and then she gets a response from Jim, says, "You look sexy." And then her reply is, "Thank you, Dad."
Oh, jeez.
Good Lord.
Oh, my God.
Number 3, pose with your favorite energy drink in a sweet-ass selfie. This dumbass... Oh, my God. I gotta show you this one. This guy looks like the king of dorks.
The king of dorks.
Look at this guy and tell me you don't want to beat him up.
You're right, I do.
There's not a single thing cool in that picture.
No.
He's got the Archie Andrews hair, the weird sort of grimace he's doing, the can of Rockstar, the selfie, and is it me or is that a public bathroom?
That's definitely a public bathroom.
Gross. Number 4, ask for a ridiculous number of likes in exchange for sex. So this awkward-looking kid sitting there next to this blonde girl, and he's holding a sign that says, "Catherine says if I can get 1 million likes, she will have sex with me. Please share and like." You know, I mean, there's being a whore, and then there's being a whore where you're getting paid in something that doesn't matter, like Facebook likes.
Yeah.
You know, I think that she probably told him that because she thought it was impossible.
Nothing's impossible anymore.
I think I would hit like on this just to push it along the way, just to torture this poor girl by making her have sex with this chode.
Ugh.
All right, number 5, put an unbelievably hot girl who's airbrushed to the teeth in all of your pictures. So this guy is this kid. He looks like he's about 15 years old, and he tried to Photoshop this hot girl into his bed, but it's clearly like clipped out of a Victoria's Secret catalog or something, you know?
Oh, jeez.
Let me show you this. It's so badly done. It's like, how could you possibly fall for that?
Yeah, right. Come on.
I know, right?
Come on.
Why don't you just go ahead and Photoshop Megan Fox into your bed while you're at it?
Yeah, come on, dude. What the fuck, man?
Douchebag. You know what? Number 6 is funny as hell. Get a tattoo with a hit pop song of the moment. This asshole woman on her foot got the word Gangnam Style tattooed on her foot.
Well, that's great, because, you know...
Because that'll be really hot in 20 years, right?
Yeah, you know, especially like 40 years from now, you know?
Number 7, get a tattoo in your grandma's penmanship that only you know says, "I love you." The grandma wrote a letter, and she said, "I love you, Granny." They tried to get the "I love you" tattooed, but the thing is, the grandma's handwriting makes it look like it says, "I love poo."
Ah.
So it's kind of awkward there. Number 8, tell lies about Zach Braff where he might see them.
What?
Okay, so this was on Reddit. And this person posed, Zach Braff, story goes that he was in a restaurant in Montreal with a group of friends, had full meals and drinks, and when the bill arrived, he was shocked and acted like he shouldn't have to pay because he's famous. Manager made him pay. After a full day of trying to prove this story true, was unable to come up with anything. I have to concede. Sorry, Zach. So basically, Zach Braff came and replied and called him out that it was bullshit. This is his... You're going to love this post. This is utter bullshit. I was a waiter myself, and I know better than anyone how hard waiters work. I overtip, if anything. One thing I'll never get used to is being in the public eye is that any fucktoad and his fucktoad system completely makes something up about you and state it as a fact on the web. I've been dead twice in 1 year on here, but I ain't dead yet. Fuck you and your French-Canadian lies. Eat rancid cock. XOXOXZB. I love that he threw an "eat rancid cock." I'll be honest with you, I have no idea who Zach Braff is.
I have no idea either.
I'm gonna Google him because I have no idea who this is. Because
Am I supposed to know who that is? Or
I mean, he's an actor. Oh, he's from Scrubs.
one, I don't know who he is.
Yeah, not a fan of Scrubs, that is. But I love that eat rancid cock.
Eat rancid cock. Wow.
I just got to show you this next one. I'm not even giving any preamble. This is great. I don't know what this guy's fucking problem is, but check it. Here, you describe it to our list critics, peoples. Tanya.
And he's got this douchemongering glasses. I think. And
Like he's about 17 years old, right?
Yeah, and this douchemonger, Sir Douchemonger, that's his new name now. So Sir Douchemonger has, I'm trying to count them, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, at least about 20 bottles of Axe.
It looks like, and not the deodorant, the body spray, the stuff.
The body spray, all lined up in a row.
The stuff that smells like death.
Yeah.
And it's like he's posing like, oh, look at all these Axe cans I bought.
And not only that, but he's also got this like this like Axe like I almost like an end cap thing.
What is that?
You know, like in the upright position, right behind the cans there. It's like, what the flying?
No
fuck
idea what
am I looking at.
Yeah. Number 10, get a Nickelback tattoo. Yeah. Anything? Yeah, that'll do it.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Number 11, slowly Photoshop yourself turning into a cow. All right. I'm going to send you this picture, and you try and tell me if this makes any sense to you. What the fuck is going on there?
What?
I mean, what is going... Is this like a furry thing?
What? Speech, none.
Oh, the next one is also... The next few are all the... Oh, my God. All right. So, numbers 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14 is just this guy turning into a cow. Because he posted... Like, here's the next one. So, in the first one, he's kind of looking at his hands, and his hands, like, have, like, cow pattern on it.
Oh, this is going to be a furry.
And in the next one, he's, like, bending over, and he's got a cow's tail poking out of his underpants, and he's got the ears, and then in the next one, which I'm about to send you, he's got udders, which I think he doesn't realize that only females have, but it looks like a horrible set of balls.
Oh, I can't look at this anymore.
And then this final one, he is a cow, and yeah, I do think this is a furry thing, and this guy should probably just fuck off the internet and just disconnect completely.
This is a big fat sack of no.
Yeah.
No.
At least he's still got his shorts on.
Yes, but this is a big fat sack of cow poop of fuck no. Okay? No. Just no.
All right, and this last one, this guy just tries to take a generic selfie. The unfortunate thing is there's a mirror behind him, and you could totally see his ass.
Ah!
Yeah. Is it me, or does he look kind of androgynous?
A bit androgynous.
He's got the hairy chest going on, but the face looks like a woman's face.
Yeah.
You know what? He's in that category of men that look like old lesbians.
Yeah.
Like Roger Ebert.
Yeah. Yep.
All right. Out of 22, Tanya, what say you?
Well, some of them were just completely fucked up.
I gotta take off a couple of points for the cow thing. I never want to see that ever again.
Yeah. 22. I'm actually gonna say 13.
I'm gonna say 16.
Okay.
16 for me.
I actually have a list, if I could.
Oh, yes, go ahead.
I know it's kind of last minute here, but it is top 100. But it's IGN's top 100 RPGs that they updated.
We've already covered that. I know they updated it, but... Well, send me the link and I'll go through it really fast, okay?
Okay.
You've updated it. All right, so I'm going to go by tens then. We'll do it real...
Okay.
All right, number 100, East Books 1 and 2. Number 99, Lunar Eternal Blue. Number 98, Shadow Hearts Covenant. Number 97, Final Fantasy VIII. Bullshit! 96, Fantasy Star. Number 95, The Legend of Dragoon. Number 94, Vagrant Story. Number 93, Tales of Fantasia. Number 92, Diablo 3. And number 91, Fable 2. So far, it's like, okay, you know, I don't agree with, obviously, Final Fantasy VIII, but these are mostly good games.
I bet, you know, I've never played Vagrant Story in my life.
Oh, it's good.
I should probably get around to actually start playing that.
Yeah, you should. All right, number 90, Shin Megami Tensei Persona 4. Number 89, Fallout New Vegas. Number 88, Final Fantasy 9. Number 87, Lufia 2, Rise of the Sinistrals. Number 86, Shadowrun. Number 85, Breath of Fire 3. Number 84, Kingdom Hearts. Number 83, Fire Emblem. Number 82, Might and Magic 6, The Mandate of Heaven. And number 81, Dragon Quest 7. So if these are in the 80s, what's going to be in, like, the top 30?
That's what I'm wondering, right? Especially like Final Fantasy 9.
Shit, man. Shit. All right, I'm going to continue. Number 80, Dungeon Master. Number 79, Icewind Dale 2. Number 78, The Witcher 2, Assassins of Kings. Number 77, Tales of Symphonia. Number 76, The Illusion of Gaia. Number 75, Front Mission 3. Number 74, Wizardry 8. Number 73, Final Fantasy. Number 72, Grandia 2. And number 71 is The Bard's Tale.
Grandia 2, I'm surprised to see that so relatively low in the list.
A lot of these I'm surprised to see so low. I'm kind of worried about this list now.
And Grandia 2 is one of my personal favorites. I love that game.
Yeah. Number 70 is Demon's Souls. Number 69, Shin Megami Tensei Persona 3. Number 68, Kingdom Hearts 2. Number 67, Final Fantasy Tactics Advance. Number 66, Mario and Luigi Partners in Time. Number 65, Paper Mario, The Thousand-Year Door. Number 64, Final Fantasy X. Number 63, Skies of Arcadia. Number 62, The World Ends With You. And number 61, Chrono Cross.
Okay. Well, you know what? No, I can't even go into that because...
It's all backwards. These are all, like, really, like, I don't know.
I mean, Final Fantasy X better than Final Fantasy 9. Maybe it's a matter of perspective, but no way. And
yeah, but both of those games should be way higher on the list.
Yeah, and
I'm
also
wondering that they're blowing their wad with all these amazing games and that there's going to be nothing left but bullshit at the end.
And Chrono Cross so low in the list? Chrono Cross?
Who knows?
Really?
Who knows? All right, I'm moving along here.
Yeah.
60, EVE Online. Number 59, Phantasy Star 4. Number 58, Freedom Force. Number 57, Mass Effect 2. Number 56, Tactics Ogre, Let Us Cling Together. Number 55, Monster Hunter Tri. Number 54, Neverwinter Nights 2. Number 53, Ultima 7, The Black Gate. Number 52, Odin Sphere. And number 51, Wild Arms. I haven't gotten around to playing Wild Arms.
Huh. Well, I just started playing Wild Arms, and it is awesome. So.
Yeah, I've heard it's great. I just haven't... I'll get around to it. I'll probably get it on PlayStation Store, you know? All right, number 50 is Golden Sun. Number 49, Dragon Quest V. Number 48, Tales of Destiny. Number 47, Xenogears. Number 46, Pool of Radiance. Number 45, Disgaea. Number 44, Suikoden 2. Number 43, Valkyria Chronicles. Number 42, Lunar Silver Star Story. And number 41, Xenoblade Chronicles. Xenoblade Chronicles is number 41, Tanya.
Xenoblade Chronicles is number 41. And I can't.
You know, there's a couple of bullshit ones on there.
Yeah.
I'm not going to get into the Xenoblade, Gears argument, but Golden Sun, I mean, come on. Whatever.
And Golden Sun. Yeah.
All right, I'm moving along. Number 40, Ogre Battle, The March of the Black Queen. I got to stop there. Bullshit.
Hold on.
Is that better than Tactics?
And you telling me it's better than Let Us Cling Together?
It's not. I mean,
It's
I could
not.
see
Not
you
even
maybe
close.
putting Ogre Battle 64 above it, but not March of the Black Queen.
I mean, it was a good game, but it wasn't as bad. It wasn't. Let Us Clean Together is fucking amazing.
Yeah. All right, number 39, Ultima Underworld, The Stygian Abyss. Number 38, Phantasy Star 2. Number 37, Guild Wars. Number 36, Shining Force 2. Number 35, Pokemon Black and White. Number 34, Fallout. Number 33, Ultima Online. Number 32, The Elder Scrolls Morrowind. Number 31, Neverwinter Nights. They're running out of games.
Okay, and here's
There's a lot
the
of
thing,
amazing
right?
ones in there, but they're running out.
And not only that, but here's my problem. I think it's more. I think that the nostalgia glasses are on because Shining Force 2, love the game. It's not better than Final Fantasy 9. It's not better than, Let Us Clean Together. It's not.
Not better than Chrono Cross.
It's not better than Chrono
It's not
Cross.
better than Xenoblade Chronicles.
Definitely not. So what's going on here?
All right, number 30, Jade Empire. Number 29 is Dragon Quest. Number 28, Fallout 2. Number 27, Dragon Quest 8. Number 26, Ultima 4, Quest of the Avatar. Number 25, Deus S. Number 24, Baldur's Gate. Number 23, Phantasy Star Online. Number 22, The Elder Scrolls Oblivion. And number 21, Super Mario RPG Legend of the Seven Stars. I think it's really like they're almost in no particular order.
Yeah, I mean...
These are like mostly good games, But it doesn't seem like that they put really any thought into the order.
Mario RPG is better than Xenoblade Chronicles, by the way.
Well, according to this, it's one spot better than Oblivion.
What?
No, I like both games, but Oblivion's definitely better.
How are they basing this?
Like I said, it doesn't seem like the it really even matters, Number 20 is EverQuest. Number 19, System Shock 2. Number 18, Dark Souls. Number 17, Earthbound. I think we'll both puke right now. Number 16 is Diablo. Number 15, Secret of Mana. Number 14, Final Fantasy Tactics. Number 13, Planescape Torment. Number 12, Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic. And number 11, Final Fantasy VII.
Planescape Torment.
What is worse, Planescape Torment or Earthbound?
That's a toss-up.
It is a tough one, right?
I think Earthbound just by a smidgen.
Like one of the most overrated JRPGs and one of the most overrated CRPGs right there next to each other.
Planescape. I want to vomit just even saying the title.
All right, here's the top 10. Number 10, Fallout 3. Number 9, Mass Effect. Number 8, World of Warcraft. Number 7, The Elder Scrolls Skyrim. Number 6, Diablo 2. Apparently that's the best Diablo. Number 5, Final Fantasy 4. Number 4, Pokemon Red and Blue. Number 3, Baldur's Gate 2, Shadows of Amun. Number 2, Chrono Trigger. Number 1, of course, is Final Fantasy 6. But other than the top 5, it seems like they're in no particular order.
And here's nothing, too, for the top 10. Half of them are more recent, modern-type CRPG-type things.
Well, let's see. I'm going back through that. Well, Baldur's Gate is 14 years old.
Yeah, Baldur's Gate's 14 years old.
Yeah.
Diablo
2 is also 14 years old. Skyrim is recent, but that deserves to be on there.
That's
World
true.
of Warcraft is 10 years old, actually.
Yeah, World of Warcraft. Wow, I forgot how long it's been.
Mass Effect also deserves to be on there. But
Mass Effect deserves to be on
Mass
there.
Effect is 7 years old.
But why?
I know you're feeling old now. Fallout 3 is 6 years old. So I mean, I know you're feeling old right now, Tanya. But
I'm feeling very old right now. Actually,
they're not as recent as you think.
Oh my god! But World of Warcraft. I think this is what I'm talking about. I don't think MMO should be on that list to begin with.
I agree with you because it's so completely different. And I don't know if Diablo games really... They're more like dungeon crawlers.
I never considered Diablo to be an RPG. I mean,
I see it as a dungeon crawler. It's
I see it as a hack and slash dungeon crawler.
Yeah. I mean, it's fun and all that, but I don't see it as... But whatever. Out of 100, I'm 32.
I'm gonna go a little lower and say 30.
Okay, there we go.
IGN. Urgh.
What you do?
What you do?
What you do? All right, so let's see what else we got here. All right, how about this one? Top 10 video game controversies from Poufnisse. It's a Watch Mojo's list.
Okay.
That he transcribed for us. Number 10, the Mass Effect sex scene, which was basically like softcore, sort of like, they didn't even show any nudity, but the media turned it into virtual orgasmic rape.
What?
Remember the whole thing?
Oh, yeah, I do remember that.
There was a guy, this blogger, who seemed to think that Mass Effect had a rape button, and that you can go around and have sex with just like literally anything.
Yeah, I remember that. It was stupid. It was so stupid.
And the guy even had to apologize. Like, he had to say that, all right, there's only like one sex scene, and that's after many, many hours of gameplay, and there's and it's just a cutscene. There's no interactivity. Oh, and by the way, there's no nudity in it either.
Yeah, there wasn't any nudity in it. It was actually done very tastefully, I thought. So
it was done more tastefully than the Dragon Age one.
Yes.
The Dragon Age one was trying to be all erotic, but it was like they kept their clothes on, so it was creepy.
Maybe it's just me, but even with like...
It would have been better in Dragon Age to have them nude, but just like cover it up with like an arm or something.
Yeah, with an arm, or even like
just use creative camera angles.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know. Number 9, Pokemon is satanic. Remember that?
Oh my god, yeah, I do remember that.
Yeah.
Oh.
Number 8, Night Trap. Now, Night Trap was like, everybody talked about how controversial Mortal Kombat was back in the day.
Yeah.
What's funny is, even though Mortal Kombat was the one that made the news, those Senate hearings and everything, they focused mostly on Night Trap, and there wasn't anything in that game that was really objectionable. It was so stupid.
I've never played it. I've never even watched an LP of it, except for like a few seconds. I gotta ask.
Is there
any nudity in that damn thing?
Not at all. Not even close.
I didn't think so.
Not even.
I don't saw anything.
Girls in their nightgowns. That's the sexiest it gets. But not even close to nudity. Not even close to it. Nothing even really sexual. It's all supposed to be goofy B-grade horror stuff. And I mean, you've seen it. You've seen it on Angry Video Game Nerd.
Yeah, I did. I never saw any nudity.
He showed all the relevant parts. You know what I mean?
So that was it, basically.
Oh, basically, yeah. That's the whole game. Number 7, Mortal Kombat. Of course, Mortal Kombat was very... I think it was, less controversial than Night Trap, because Night Trap was the one that was getting, the lawmakers up in arms. But Mortal Kombat is, like... It was the fatalities, Oh
my god, they're doing the whole spine being ripped out, blah, blah, blah.
Well, I understand the controversy, because you have to remember that not only was this pre-rating system, Tanya, but it was in the arcades.
Yeah, I remember that.
And when you stick it next to Pac-Man, of course kids are going to play it.
But see, here's the thing. I haven't gone around... I mean, I played it when I was a kid, and I haven't ripped anybody's spinal cord out, have you?
Well, and nobody really except if you're like that one guy, what's his name? You know who I'm talking about. I can't remember his name.
Oh, I know who you're talking about, yeah.
Joe something, or...
Yeah, I remember. I know who you're talking
Jack
about.
Thompson.
Jack Thompson.
Unless you're Jack Thompson, you don't really believe it. But do you really want your kids to play Mortal Kombat? No, of course not. You want them to play, like fucking Hello Kitty Island Adventure or whatever.
Hello Kitty Island.
I'm exaggerating, but you get my point. You don't you hate it when you go into GameStop and you see a little 10-year-old trying to buy Halo?
And you know what's even worse?
The fact that it's not even a good game.
Well, that. but the fact that not only did they see around here, it's not try to, they do.
Oh, so the GameStops around you don't actually enforce their policies?
No, not around here at least.
See, here they do. They actually do.
Although I can't say that for in my immediate vicinity, now that I've moved.
Yeah, that's right. You've moved to a different location. I mean,
Yeah.
I actually, like, even just buying as an adult, buying an M-rated game, unless you're a regular, they will card you.
Mm.
So they take it pretty seriously around here. Number 6 is Left 4 Dead and other games being banned in Australia. Of course, the most recent Mortal Kombat was another one of those.
Well, Australia has different guidelines for what they.
Well, the problem is that Australia has their own rating system, but it's run by the government instead of privately. And the second issue to do with that is they don't have the equivalent of a mature rating.
No, I think they only have the equivalent of
It's like
15 and under, right?
It's 15 plus is their highest rating. So if they don't consider a game suitable for 15-year-olds, it doesn't get a certification at all and therefore can't be sold in Australia. However, since WatchMojo's video, I believe they have created an 18 plus rating in Australia and corrected this.
Really? Have they?
I heard that they did, yes.
Oh, okay.
Number 5, Grand Theft Auto. And you know, this is the perfect candidate for the rating system. I've got nothing against Grand Theft Auto, but it is a game that simulates crime. I mean, it is basically telling you to go out there and be as big of a dick as you can.
This is the game. I remember even my own parents when they first heard about it, and I remember them going, you know, you are never gonna get this game. You go around killing people, blah blah blah.
Well, you're like, I don't even want it.
And I told them, I could tell them over and over again, I don't want the game.
Yeah, you're not into that kind of game.
You know,
yeah.
I've never been GTA. Nothing against it, just not my thing.
Yeah, exactly. That's how I feel. I'm not into it personally. Like, I know people who are. You know, good for them. It's not my thing. Number 4. 6 Days of Fallujah, the ultra-realistic military shooter.
I don't even know what that is.
Well, I guess it was striving for as much realism as possible, and it's portraying a very modern conflict. I mean, you know, Fallujah, that wasn't too long ago.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't know how controversial it was, though, because I didn't really hear much about... I mean, it was controversy, but... because people were saying it's in bad taste to do an Iraq game, you know, so soon. But, I don't know. Don't you think that it kind of, like, brings a lot of it to attention? I mean, like, what is the waiting period to make a game about Iraq?
Well, what did South Park say about that? It was
well, that was joking about something.
Yeah.
This is taking it seriously, though. You know, it's not like they...
Honestly, like... well, I mean, let me put it like this. Let's say 9/11 just happened, right?
Yeah.
And let's say a game comes out a year later about 9/11.
Well, not a game, but there was the movie United 93.
Well, okay, yeah, so there we go.
Which was, I saw, excellent movie, very hard to watch.
Yeah, I think I watched the same thing too. I actually did cry during that. But
it was difficult to. It really brought it all back but they took it seriously. I don't think it was wrong for them to make that movie. Like at first, I thought it was because I saw it and I was like, oh, they're capitalizing off of this already. But then I saw how seriously they treated it, and I thought that it was a good movie, so I didn't mind so much.
Well, actually, no. Let's actually take it to another level. Let's say, you know, a developer out there, say within a year after 9/11, let's say in 2002,
yeah,
they made a game where you actually go after, you know, the terrorists and whatnot. Let's say that's an actual game. Would that be in poor taste?
They did do that.
Did they actually do that?
Yeah, they did do that. It was God, what was it? Well, they changed it at the last second because of the multiplayer. Because they realized that in the multiplayer there would be people playing as the Taliban.
Oh, I know what you're talking
about.
about.
They changed it where they didn't call it the Taliban anymore. They called it something else.
Yes, I do know what you're talking about.
I forgot what the game was, but because it was in good taste except for like the whole multiplayer aspect of it.
Yeah.
What was that? Was that
I know what you're talking about too.
Was that Medal of Honor?
I want to. No, I don't think it was Medal of Honor.
Why am I don't know. I forget what it was, but there was a game where they had that issue. Was it Spec Ops?
Was it Spec Ops? I don't remember.
See, Spec Ops is a fantastic one. I mean, did you play the line?
Yes, I did.
Oh, God. Did you cry in that, too?
Yes.
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't. Even if you're the toughest guy to face the planet, I think you'd at least shed a tear.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Spec Ops: The Line was brutal. But I like war-based games for that reason. I like when they take it. I mean, I like the goofy ones, like I like Wolfenstein and all that. But I like when they take it seriously. Like it's kind of like the reason I like Black Ops so much, because it was like finally we got something that tackled Vietnam, because we're not even doing Vietnam games that much. I mean, that was like the only one.
Yeah.
And Vietnam was 40 years ago.
Well, I mean, look at the amount of World War II games out there, right?
World War II has been done.
World War II's been done to death. But here's the thing, obviously, that was back in the 40s, and there was no games around, video games like that during that time. But, if there were,
they had comic books.
They had comic books.
They had Captain America, and they had the All-Star Squadron, and they had Superman punching Nazis and stuff like that. So they did have stuff like that.
They did have media like that. But
it just
I tend to think that
they had kids going around like playing Punch the Nazi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
my grandpa used to talk about that shit all the time.
So I mean, really, is there to answer your question? Is there an amount of time?
I don't think the Fallujah game should have been controversial because of how seriously it took it's not like it was poking fun at Iraq. It's not like it was making a political statement. It was just putting you in the soldiers' footsteps, which I think a lot of people who politicize wars should say, maybe we should focus on these guys that are actually going over there and doing this instead of, like, the politicians.
Yeah. And I think that's really the answer there is, look at each game individually, and if it's poking fun at it, or if it's like taking it not so seriously, well, then maybe it's not, the right.
As a matter of fact, here's one of the developers talking about the controversy. He says, as we've watched the dialogue that's taken place about the game, there is definitely one point that we want people to understand about the game, and that is, it's not about the politics of whether the U.S. should have been there or not. It's really about the stories of the Marines who were in Fallujah, and the debate about the politics, that is something for the politicians to worry about. We're totally focused on what actually happened on the ground. So as far as I'm concerned, they handled it perfectly well.
Yeah.
And I think that it was a controversial game. I think it does belong on the list, but the controversy was so misguided, I think.
Yeah, because, I mean, it wasn't a politicized game. It was
not at all.
A game that puts you in the shoes of a soldier.
Yeah.
And I think that's a good perspective.
See, now I'm thinking I kind of want to play this. Let's see what kind of reviews it got. I'm going to look on Metacritic. I'm just curious now. Before I go on Steam and look for it, you know what I mean? Let me see if it was good. PC version. How does it not have a Metascore? All right, let me try Game Rankings. It doesn't have a... It came out 4 years ago, and it doesn't have a score. Let's try Game Rankings. Game Rankings doesn't have a score there either.
Wow.
How was that even possible? Nobody reviewed it. Oh, I see why. Oh, Tanya. See, it wasn't actually released.
It wasn't actually released?
It wasn't actually released.
Wow.
So it was this sort of like, they were trying to do like a Spec Ops game in Fallujah, because that's basically a third-person tactical shooter, and they never actually released it.
Wow. Huh.
They said it's not canceled, they're still searching for a publisher.
They may get it.
This was in 2011. Maybe they're waiting for all the furor to die down. Okay, number 3. Let's go back to the list. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. Now, I know you don't play these games, Tanya, but I'm sure you can guess why that one was controversial.
Modern Warfare 2?
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't know.
No Russian?
Oh, I had no idea.
Oh. Do you know what the No Russian stuff is about?
No.
Okay, there is in the first part of the game you're playing as this Marine and just sort of doing like random missions, and then General Shepard, he's kind of like one of the main characters. He puts you into deep cover as a terrorist to get close to the terrorists and sort of learn what they're planning, right? Because the main villain of the Modern Warfare trilogy is this Russian terrorist. This guy's name is Makarov, and you get close to him, and you actually have to take part in an airport massacre.
Oh shit!
Where it starts off in the elevator, and Makarov says, "Remember, no Russian." And he's saying, "Don't speak Russian," because they're pretending to be Americans, because they kill hundreds of people at this airport, and then the Americans get blamed for it, and that starts World War III. Especially since he knows already that you're a spy, and at the end of the mission he shoots you and kills that character, so that character dies right there, and his body ties the United States into it, and that's what starts the Russian invasion of America.
Wow.
So that's where the Modern Warfare story really kicks off. I mean, the first one was epic, but that's where it really kicks off because it's really about World War III. But the game actually warns you when you start the campaign that there's a part that's really hard to take part of, and you have the option of skipping it.
Wow, really? So it comes with an actual warning message?
Yeah, it tells you as you start the game. It says there is some objectionable content. You will have the ability to skip it, and then before the mission it warns you and says that you can skip it because it's you don't actually have to shoot anybody, Tommy, until the end of them. See, when you're going through the airport and Makarov, all his cronies are just killing as many just civilians as they can, men, women, children, whatever. I just walk. I don't want to shoot the people. I get bothered by it, but I do watch it because it gets you invested in the story, and I only shoot back at the end when the Russian military is actually, trying to stop you. Wow. But that's why it was controversial to because I'm sure you've heard No Russian before, but I wasn't.
Yeah, I have, but I didn't know what it was about.
I wasn't sure if you knew what it was about, so I want to tell you, and anybody else who didn't know. But that mission is completely skippable. They knew that it was going to be a problem for some people. So, hold on one second. Hey, I just got an IM, by the way, from Nero Sephiroth. He says, I don't know how interesting tomorrow's Kodal stream will be. It's mostly going to be me powering up for the battle with Anto and Xeon. How did he get that far? He must have zoomed through it. Well, anyway, that was number 3. Number 2 is Manhunt 2. Of course, that game was actually banned in the UK.
Yes, it was.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
The PC version was rated AO as well.
Oh, was it rated AO?
Yeah. Yes, it was. That's why you can't really find the PC version in, like, GameStop or whatever. Oh, see. Okay, so Neurosephiroth shows me, yeah, I played a lot, quite a bit since the last stream. The game is getting awesome. Anyway, number 1 is first-person shooter games making real-life murders. So in other words, like Columbine and whatnot, there was a comic strip that I saw online, and it was something like, like a school shooting kind of thing where they said this person, was into, and they listed all the interests that this person had, and a lot of it was disturbing stuff. But then the media was like, oh, you said he's into computer games?
Of course they latch onto that,
right? They latch onto that and not all like like all the other disturbing stuff that was in there. And that's kind of the way it is. Like Columbine, like never mind the cocktail of medications that these kids were taking that they were way too young to be taking. Never mind the aspect of them being bullies that was in it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Never mind the fact that they were just crazy and that they were obsessed with the movie Natural Born Killers. But the fact that they played Doom clearly meant Doom is a murder simulator.
Of course, because Doom, that's it.
Because you totally murder people in Doom. Remember all those people you killed?
Not really.
Yeah, I could have sworn you were fighting monsters and demons and zombies.
I could have sworn you were fighting demons in that.
See, now, if that would have happened after No Russian, I could see maybe they had a point. But, yeah, they didn't have a point. But there you have it. Out of 10, what say you? We certainly discussed that one a lot, so I'm going to give it a 10 because
I'm going to give it a 10. I
a lot of
enjoyed
discussion. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's move on. That was a great list. Anything that invites that much discussion is a good list, I think. So here is another video turned into a list from Green Scorpion at Poofnisse sent in. It's this is a weird one, Tanya.
Oh boy.
Top 10 video game musician fighters.
What?
They're talking about people that fight with music, I guess?
What?
Here, number 10 is Bongo Bongo from Ocarina of Time, so that's to tell you what the hell they're talking about.
Okay. Now I get it.
Yeah.
Wow.
Number 9 is Will from Illusion of Gaia. Of course, he smacks people with a flute.
Ugh.
You know that game was awesome.
The game's awesome, but I don't get the whole flute thing. I still don't.
Well, I don't get the whole game. The whole story made no sense. I just thought it was fun. Number 8, Edward Chris von Muir from Final Fantasy IV. The Spoony Bard.
Spoony!
Number 7, Ino from Guilty Gear ZX.
Oh,
No,
yeah.
it's XZ. That's how you're supposed to say it. XZ.
XZ, yeah.
Yeah. Number 6, Sona from League of Legends. Whatever.
Don't play League of Legends. Don't care.
Number 5, Jimmy Howell from No More Heroes 2. Okay.
Okay.
Number 4, Eddie Riggs from Brutal Legend. Okay. Yeah. Number 3, the Conehead Groom from Castle Crasher. What?
What?
Number 2 is Demix from Kingdom Hearts 2. And number 1 is Liud from Baten Kaitos. You know who's missing is Nikki from Chrono Cross.
I was just gonna say that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Out of 10, I'm going to give that that was underwhelming. I'm going to give that a 4.
I'm gonna say a 3.
Okay. So, let's see. Uber McPhail sauce. I'm trying to figure out what this list is. If you guys don't give me like a header, I don't know what the hell you're... Oh. You know what? I'm going to save this one for Armageddon time. Because neither of us is going to know what the hell he's talking about. It's a hockey thing.
Oh, I have
At
no
least
idea.
Armageddon time is Canadian, so he therefore knows a little bit about hockey.
I don't know shit about hockey, so...
I care less about hockey. All right, let's see. S-Serpent21 has sent us his top 15 favorite Dorkly videos. He says it's one of his hardest lists to make because he wanted to put almost all of them on the list. Now, Tanya, you didn't know about Dorkly videos until very recently.
Yes, and when I was introduced to them, I might add, thank you.
Yeah, I introduced you to the Dorkly videos.
When I was introduced to them, I remember I took literally...
Like a day.
I took a day
To watch
I just
them all.
watched the Dorkly videos.
They are so addictive, aren't they?
Yes.
Okay. Number 15, White Mage's dad is racist. Trino, huh? Didn't realize they had black mages there now. Number 14, Chargin' Chuck gets picked last. Birdo's... Actually, I don't know what Birdo is, but I know I'm better at sports than her. Number 13, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles argue over pizza. You were at full health, dude!
That was great. I like that one.
Yeah. Number 12, Everybody Hates Chrono. Calculated value of this side quest, not worth freezing our asses off.
Yep.
Number 11, SimCity Monster Hates Your City. Oh my god, your zoning is a disaster. Industrial in the middle of residential. Come on! Number 10, Link's Wish. Pizza Dinosaur.
Yes.
Number 9, Toad's House is Rigged. You squawky piece of shit. No one cheats the Super Mario.
Did I watch that one? I don't think I watched that one.
Kind of an older one. Number 8, Regular Giuseppe, the third Mario brother. I'm your bro! Oh, Julie just came on.
Hi, Julie.
Oh, Tanya says hi. We're doing list critics. She always seems to interrupt list critics, and she was like, oh, I do that all the time, you know. It's funny. Number 7, BioShock Little Sister's Big Day. Who wants orange slices? Number 6, Mortal Kombat sitcom Shao Kahn Comes to Dinner. Dinner has got to be a flawless victory.
Yes.
Number 5, Judgmental Mortal Kombat. That's how Johnny C. do. Number 4, Final Fantasy VII Controversy. I wonder if any of them visit Springfield and all of its beautiful foliage.
Yes.
Is this the first time you're saying those words? Number 3, Mario's Ex. Princess Peach. What is that? The world's shittiest Ben & Jerry's flavor?
I didn't see that one yet.
Oh, it was Daisy showed up drunk, and it was very funny. Very funny. That's a good one. Number 2, Mario responds to PETA. Remember the whole Tanuki suit controversy with...
Oh, that was great.
Cruelty has absolutely no place in my video games. And meanwhile, he's like stomping on Goombas. And finally, number 1, Mario is too mainstream. Does this look like a Goomba to you? Yes!
Yes!
Oh, Tim from Braid. That's probably my favorite, too. Out of, how many was this? 15? Out of 15, I'm gonna say 15. I mean, they were all good. Personally, I could point out ones that I would like to see on there, but like you said, it's a hard list to put together because they're all so fucking funny.
They really are just hilarious. If any of you guys have not seen Dorkly, you gotta.
Out of 15, Tanya?
15.
That's what I thought. All right, moving along here. Poof Nisse has sent in one of his own lists that he's written. It's, the hell is it?
The list of nothingness.
I love when they don't actually give me a, Okay, it seems to be his top... you know what? Let me make sure what this is before I go talking out my ass here. Top 10 music artists.
Okay.
And he includes his favorite song by each one. Now, Poof Nisse is weird. I want to warn you about that. Okay? I want to warn you about that. Hold on one second. I got to answer. Okay, so number 10, AC/DC, his favorite song being Thunderstruck. Okay, fair enough.
Okay.
Number 9, Twisted Sister. We're Not Gonna Take It being his favorite. I like Twisted Sister, so I'll go along with that.
I'll go along with that.
Number 8 is where it gets weird. Number 8, Marilyn Manson. His favorite song being The Beautiful People.
Good song.
Just pure bad. Isn't it just the same thing over and over again? The beautiful people, the beautiful people, the beautiful people, the beautiful people.
I like it, you know?
It's so repetitive, though. All right, number 7, Morgana Le Fay. Apparently they're a Swedish hard rock band, and his favorite song by them is Only Endless Time Remains, which sounds like a Celine Dion song to me.
I think Carissa may know them.
Julie just says, again, sheesh, I'm getting good at Interruptus Maximus. Indeed. Level up. All right, number 6, Napoleon the 14th. They did that, They're Gonna Take Me Away, haha.
Oh.
Really? They did that one joke song. Like, talk about a one-hit wonder, right?
Yeah.
Speaking of joke bands, number 5 is Zombie Sneak Attack. Yeah, I don't know, all your song is awesome, and I'm seriously going to tattoo that. He keeps saying he's going to get a Zombie Sneak Attack tattoo. I told him that is a really terrible idea.
He doesn't need to do that.
Number 4, Jonathan Coulton, Still Alive. He did that, another one-hit kind. I mean, really?
One-hit wonders.
The Portal song, really? Okay. Number 3, Tenacious D, his favorite song being Kickapoo. I mean, that's another joke thing. I mean, not meant to be taken serious. I like Tenacious D, too, but come on. The third favorite artist.
Yeah.
And then number 2 is Jimi Hendrix, just randomly in there, with his favorite song being Voodoo Child.
Okay.
But then it goes weird, because his number 1 is Weird Al Yankovic.
Really?
Yeah, and his favorite song being White and Nerdy, which is hilarious. Yeah, I remember he told me about he met his girlfriend through that song, somehow.
Well, I gotta say, you're right about the weird part.
Yeah, he's a strange guy, but I don't mind. I don't mind it. He's interesting to talk to. I'll tell you that. Out of 10, I'm gonna give that potato. No, I gotta rate it for real. 5.
Potato. I'll give it a grapefruit. No,
Yeah.
I'll say 5.
So 5 is a potato grapefruit.
Yeah.
All right, moving along here. Let's see. We got something from David Wayne here. Oh, you know what? We'll save this one for next time because that's another big top 100 from IGN.
Oh, okay.
Unless you want to do it, it's top 100 animated TV series.
I'm a little miffed at IGN right now, so
Maybe they'll redeem themselves.
yeah. Well, that's true.
All right. Well, let's skip that for now then.
Okay.
Issei also sent his top 6 movies or movie series that he has not watched for some reason.
Okay.
Weird.
Okay.
Okay, so number 6 is the first 2 Terminator movies. He hasn't seen those.
Well, that's crazy.
That is crazy. Number 5, he hasn't seen any of the Die Hard movies.
That's also insane-o.
Well, so you know what? I'm going to give him a little hint on that. You watch the first one and the third one and pretend the other ones don't exist.
I love the third one.
Third one's awesome.
Yeah.
Die Hard 2, 3, and I'm doing 2, 4, and 5 don't exist.
Yeah, they don't exist.
Number 4, Rocky. He hasn't seen any of the Rocky movies.
Oh, you gotta see a Rocky movie. Come on.
Rocky 5 never happened.
Rocky 5 never happened.
You watch 1, 2, 3, 4, and then Rocky Balboa.
Yeah.
Number 3, I guess he hasn't seen the newer... Okay. I'm trying to figure out what... It says Star Wars episodes 4 through 6, which is the original trilogy. But he says the new ones, but I hated the old ones. So wait, which haven't you seen and which have you seen?
Because the new ones are the prequels, and the
New
old
ones are 1 through 3. And how
Right.
could you hate the old ones?
Right.
Or maybe, I don't know what he's saying. That doesn't make sense.
Maybe he confused himself?
It sounds like he's confused. Number 2 is he hasn't seen any of the Rambo movies.
I can't say that's a huge loss, but...
Well, not seeing Rambo 3 is a good thing.
Yeah.
But 1, 2, and 4 were good movies. Number 1, Lord of the Rings. He hasn't seen them. He's seen The Hobbit, but he hasn't seen Lord of the Rings.
Dude.
See, now, here's the thing. I actually thought the first Hobbit movie was, like, the best Tolkien movie ever.
I know.
But the second one, it was all right.
The best Tolkien movie, in my opinion, will always be The Two Towers.
Really? I mean, that was a good one, but out of the Lord of the Rings trilogy, I would say Return of the King was the best.
No, my favorite's always going to be The Two Towers.
Well, there you
I love
go.
it.
Out of 6, I'm going to give this I'm going to give it a 5. I don't know what the hell the Star Wars thing was all about.
I'm going to say a 5.
Confusing for me. Okay, let's see.
And as a side note, you need to get on watching those movies, man.
I know, right? I'm going to skip around a little bit. Let's see. Do you want to hear David Wayne's top 10 YouTubers?
Sure.
All right. Number 10 is Boogie2988. Does anybody know who this is?
No.
I guess I should look it up. Oh, he's that, like, super, super fat guy who does all the pop culture stuff.
Oh.
He's like that really huge dude that's always, like, falling out of his chair and doing all kinds of wacky shit.
Okay, I gotcha.
Yeah. And I guess he was, like, he started out because he was... I remember he was, like, this guy that was home on disability and he couldn't do anything. Like, he couldn't get a job or anything because he was so disabled. And he decided to just start doing YouTube videos and he became popular. So there you go. Number 9 is Undertaker Freak 1127.
Ooh.
I'm going to have to look him up. Let's see. Undertaker Freak 1127. Oh, he's that guy with the Goomba hat. He always wears the hat. Well, not always, but he was kind of known for wearing the Goomba hat.
I don't know.
He was like one of those. He looks like he belongs in like a black metal band. And
I'm looking it up now. I'm like, okay.
He does a lot of like angry rants. They're pretty amusing. I've seen a couple of his videos. He's usually just ranting angrily in a very amusing way. Number 8 is the Archfiend. I have to look up the Archfiend.
Well, I don't see Chrono Trigger anywhere now.
Oh, Jesus, Tanya. No, that was the Demon Lord.
No, it was the Archfiend.
I'm going by the DS version. The Archfiend. I guess he's another vlogger who does angry rants. So there you go. Like, I looked him up, and the first video that pops up is Shane Dawson, worthless con man. Sounds about right. Number 7 is Internet Aristocrat. Do you know him, Tanya? Him, her, it, that, him?
I have no idea.
Internet Aristocrat. Let's see. Well, there's his channel.
I've only heard like one of these people so far.
I really can't tell what this channel is about. Oh, actually, I had. Oh, yeah, he did that video where he was calling out all the social justice idiots about the cancel Colbert thing.
Oh, okay. No, I have heard that one before.
Yeah, and that was he was right on the money with that one.
Mm-hmm.
Julie just informed me that the term for someone who is sexually attracted to trees is dendrophilia.
You know, I could have gone my whole life and never heard that, but yet hearing it from her lips makes it all the better.
Now I got to I got to find the Elf Door strip about tree sex. I have to find that now. Let's see. Will that come up? Oh, no. Let's see. Oh, I gotta find it, man. This is gonna take a while. Wait. I'll just search for tree. Christmas tree. Elf through the tree. There we are. Where he has tree sex with the girl.
This segment of List Critics brought to you by the overstuffed Oreo cookie.
This segment of List Critics brought to you by dendrophilia. Because trees can't run away.
And by the Oreo overstuffed...
Neurocephalus says, so, that wasn't the reward I was expecting for skadooshing all the teddy bears.
Yeah. Wait till he does the DLC part.
I just said that exact thing. Okay, so number 6 on this is Review Tech USA. I'm pretty sure he's a guy that reviews computer parts.
Oh, okay.
Let me just make sure of that here.
How they're all shitty or something.
Yeah, classic and modern game and tech reviews. He's a bald guy, and he does that stuff. So I think I've seen a couple of his videos. Number 5 is Confused Matthew.
Is he confused?
I'm guessing he is. Let's see. Confused Matthew seems to focus mostly on movie reviews.
Okay.
That's fine.
Okay.
That's fine. Nothing wrong with that. Number 4 is Team 4-Star.
That sounds vaguely familiar to me.
It also sounds vaguely familiar with me, so I'm going to pop it into ye old YouTube search box and see what comes up. Oh, I'm seeing a lot of Dragon Ball Z stuff on here. Oh, he does those abridged parody episodes of Dragon Ball Z.
That's probably where I've seen it.
Remember those ones with Star Trek? It's kind of like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I link Julie to the tree sex thing, and she goes, that escalated quickly. Okay. Number 3 is Vsauce.
Hmm?
I don't know any of these fucking people, man. Vsauce. Like, it couldn't be like Damn Drops and, Epic Meal Time. Okay, Vsauce. Here we are. Apparently he's just doing weird stuff. All of his videos look really super trippy. I'm going to move along here because that's freaking me out just looking at the thumbnails.
Okay.
Number 2 is A Dose of Buckley.
Who are these people?
I guess a dose is all you need. Another, blogger, and he also does, top 10 lists and stuff like that, so.
Okay.
And number 1, talk about the ultimate nobody, this guy NecroVMX.
Oh, he's an asshole. I've heard of him.
I don't know who he is. Sounds like a schmuck.
Yeah, he's an asshole.
And Tanya, what do you say, Tanya?
Well, how many was that?
10.
10?
Is his 10 favorite YouTubers.
Well, I have to give him an extra point for the whole NecroVMX thing, so...
Yeah.
But I don't know. I didn't know most of them.
I didn't know most of them either, but I'm kind of taking his word for it on a lot of these. I haven't seen anybody on there that I don't like.
I'm going to say...
I mean, let me put it to you this way. I was going to say 7 as well. It's not like he put PewDiePie on there or anything like that. You know what I mean? There's not anybody shitty on there.
Thank the gods.
Oh, well, yeah.
Oh, PewDiePie.
Sorry.
Why didn't he have so many subscribers?
Who? Oh, PewDiePie?
Yes.
The same reason Fred had a lot of subscribers. They're mostly kids, I think. Okay, so I also have David Wayne's top 10 music artists.
Okay.
I'm guessing this is not going to be like Zombie, Sneak Attack, and Weird Al.
I would like to see some, I don't know, like Metallica on there or something.
Number 10 is Black Sabbath.
Oh, Black Sabbath. Okay. It's done enough good.
I wonder if he prefers the Dio era or the Ozzy era.
Ozzy era for me.
I'm all about the Dio era, but they're both great.
Mm-hmm.
Number 9, Iron Maiden.
Oh, okay.
I'm a big Iron Maiden fan myself. Number 8, Nirvana.
Oh, I'm a big Nirvana fan.
I like Nirvana. They're not better than Iron Maiden, but I like Nirvana. Number 7 is Metallica.
There we go.
There you go. So you finally joined the Metallica fandom, huh? Because I remember you didn't like them.
Oh no, I love the older stuff, but I kind of went away from them for a while, and I just recently came back with Death Magnetic. So.
Oh, such a good album.
Yeah.
Just avoid Lulu. There's only one good song on Lulu.
Really?
Yeah, the 20-minute song. It's called Junior Dad. Really beautiful piece of music. All of the other songs are absolutely terrible.
Okay, so I'll avoid that then.
So just like YouTube that one song, Junior Dad, and pretend the rest of the songs don't even exist.
Okay.
Number 6, one of my very favorites, Rush.
Rush.
You have to like Rush. It's required.
It is required.
I remember like when I first met Julie, and it was before we were even dating, but we were kind of gearing towards that.
Mm-hmm.
And I asked her, do you like Rush? And she was like, well, duh. Of course I like Rush. Number 5 is Smashing Pumpkins. I'm a really big fan of them.
I actually don't like that group. So
I liked 2 of their songs. The one 1979 I liked. And Tonight Tonight.
I don't like their sound. Never did.
I don't like the guy's voice. That's kind of the problem, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's him, basically.
It reminds me of a bad Cartman, almost.
Yeah, like Cartman pretending to be retarded so he could be in the Special Olympics.
Yeah.
Yeah, shake his pizza. Number 4, Chevelle. Also not a fan.
No, not a fan.
Number 3, Bad Religion. I'm also not really a fan of Bad Religion. They're not a bad band, but...
They're not bad, but I'm not a fan either.
Not particularly to my taste. Number 2 is a band that I am a fan of, Alice in Chains.
Oh, Alice in Chains, yeah. I'm down with that.
And his number 1 favorite is the Red Hot Chili Peppers. Also, I'm a fan of them, so that works out for me, too.
I'm a fan.
Yeah.
Not my number 1, but this is his number 1, though, so...
Yeah, well, they're not my number 1 either. I mean, out of all of these, if I was to order these, I'd put Rush at number 1, and, like, Iron Maiden or Metallica at number 2, but this is his list, and then it would be, like, Alice in Chains, I think. But out of 10, I'm going to give this an 8.
I'm going to say an 8 as well, actually.
I'm bugging Julie.
No, Julie, you cannot have upside-down bacon.
Oh, I'll tell her that. Also, Tanya says you cannot have upside-down bagels.
Too evil.
All right. David Wayne also sent the top 5 Batman villains.
Ah, top 5 Batman villains. Okay, and I bet you right now the Joker's number 1. So.
Of course, the Joker's number 1. Eh? Number 5, Scarecrow.
Okay.
Number 4, Ra's al Ghul.
Oh, okay.
Number 3, Mr. Freeze. You know when he's not being played by Arnold, I guess.
I was just gonna say, yeah.
I'd love to see a properly done Mr. Freeze.
That'd be nice.
You know who I always wanted to see play Mr. Freeze is Patrick Stewart.
Patrick Stewart? Yeah, me too.
Patrick Stewart or...
See it.
Like, I want him to be older. Like, it would be Patrick Stewart or perhaps Max von Sydow.
I prefer Patrick, but then...
Of course, you know.
You know.
And number 2, Two-Face. Of course he's number 2. It's desperate the number 2. He would be upset if he was number 1. And finally, the Joker's number 1. Of course the Joker's number 1. Out of 5, I don't know if I would pick Mr. Freeze, but the other 4 are pretty much the 4 I would pick. For the 5th one, I don't know if it would be Mr. Freeze. I think I would go with, like, Bane, you know? But that being said, I'm going to give it a 5 out of 5.
I'm going to say a 5 out of 5, but I would probably put in, like, a properly done Poison Ivy.
Okay, now I actually talked to David Wayne about this because this next list, because I didn't understand. He sent me his top 5 screw attack death battles that he wants to see. So I thought it was going to be like matchups that he wants to see Death Battle do. Right?
Like what? Like AVGM versus something?
That would be funny. Like Angry Video Game Nerd versus like Nostalgia Critic.
Yeah.
But then I looked at it briefly because it's only 5, and they're all ones that they've already done.
Oh.
And I sent him a list. I said, I don't really understand your list. These are all been done. And then he said, well, I want to see them animated. And I'm thinking, like, but they are. That's how they do it. They do the whole battle at the end and animated. So I'm going to read it. I don't know how I'm going to read but I mean, number 5 is, you know what? I'm going to use my veto power to rename this his top 5 favorite screw attack death battles.
Okay.
That makes more sense.
That makes sense.
Okay, so number 5, the Terminator versus RoboCop. That was a very recent one. RoboCop won, which made sense because he's pretty much invincible. Number 4, Pikachu versus Blanca. I was very happy to see that Pikachu got his head bit off there.
Yes.
Yeah. Number 3, Batman versus Spider-Man. A controversial one because Spider-Man won, but their rationale did make sense. So there you go.
I didn't like it.
Well, you don't like it because Batman lost.
Batman never loses. Even when he loses, he doesn't lose.
He lost to Bane.
No, that never happened.
Well, he did come back and kick his ass later. Number 2, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles all fight the Battle Royale where they all fought each other, and Leonardo won. I mean, that was an obvious thing.
Well, of course Leonardo won. You know?
I'm just glad that Michelangelo was the first to die. And finally, number 1, Superman versus Goku. Certainly the most epic one, and I'm so happy that Goku lost.
Yes.
So sick of the Dragon Ball Z fans saying, like, Goku could beat Superman. Like, why would you even make that comparison? I mean, is there any, like, why would you even come up with that?
I don't know.
But apparently enough people were yelling about it. And then when Superman won, the butthurt in the comments was extreme to the max.
Oh my god, you read that too, huh?
I thought it was so awesome.
Yeah. Read the comments, I was laughing my ass
You know what's the one that I really enjoyed that's not on here was Link and Cloud.
Oh, I enjoyed that one too.
Because that was a matchup that you didn't really think would even have anything to do with each other, but it was a really cool animation.
Who won that one again? I forget.
Oh, Link won.
Oh, Link won. Yeah.
Link won because Cloud, as powerful as he is, he really couldn't get past the defense. Like, Link's shield blocks pretty much everything, so...
Your Buster Sword is nothing.
You know what also was a really favorite one of mine because of how funny it was Lion-O from the Thundercats versus He-Man.
Oh, that was great. I loved
That was funny.
Yeah, that was great.
And
There's great one-liners in that one.
Yeah, absolutely. And what was it? That Lion-O kicked his ass, right? Trying to remember how that ended.
I can't remember how it ended.
I seem to remember that Lion-O won, but anyway, out of 5, I'm going to give it a 4.
I'm going to say 4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if you haven't seen it, check these out at screwattack.com. Look for Death Battle. They're very amusing. Okay. Also from David Wayne, he has his top 10 comic book-based movies.
Oh, okay.
So you know that I've seen many, many comic book movies.
As have I.
I've done 2 fucking months worth of reviews on them, plus all the ones I've randomly read. You've seen most of the same ones I've seen.
Most, but you've seen more than I have.
What? I have, yeah, because I've gone out of my way. But for you, what is the number 1 comic book movie of all time?
Oh, so far?
Yeah.
Winter Soldier.
Winter Soldier was awesome, and it's definitely my favorite Marvel-based movie. But I think for me, number 1 is The Dark Knight.
Oh, The Dark Knight?
Yeah. It's a close call, though. It really is, because Winter Soldier was like Marvel's Dark Knight.
My number 2 would be Dark Knight.
My number 2 would be Winter Soldier, so
There we
we agree on that. All right. Number 10 for him is Hulk. Vastly underrated movie. I loved it. I don't know what your opinion is of it, but I'm glad he put it on there.
I thought it was a good movie. I enjoyed it.
It was certainly a smart movie. It
was a lot smarter, I think, than people gave it credit for. So.
I think people weren't ready for that. It was
Yeah.
ahead of its time. People were not ready for that much psychology in a Hulk movie.
I loved it.
Number 9, The Dark Knight Rises. I absolutely love The Dark Knight Rises. I thought it was awesome. I think you had a similar opinion.
Yep. Great movie.
There you go.
Although I have to say, Dark Knight, awesome.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you know, like, if I was doing it, like, my number 3 would probably be The Dark Knight Rises, right under, like, Dark Knight, and then Captain America, Winter Soldier, and then Dark Knight Rises. So,
yeah.
Number 8, Spider-Man 2. I like Spider-Man 2. It's no longer my favorite Spider-Man movie, but I liked it a lot. My favorite is The Amazing Spider-Man. I have not yet seen the new one, though.
I remember Spider-Man 2. I never really got into that one.
Really? Okay.
Really? Like, I tried to, and I liked it, but I didn't get into it, though.
I think that it had a few issues, but I think overall it was a really great one.
Mm.
And I think it was the best Fox Marvel movie. I'm hoping that gets overtaken by... Well, no, because they did Amazing Spider-Man, so never mind that.
Yeah, they did, yeah.
So I'm hoping that gets overtaken by the new X-Men that's coming out.
I can't wait for that.
Very excited for that. Number 7, Iron Man. Iron Man was great. I really
Iron Man was...
like absolutely nothing negative to say about Iron Man.
I remember when me and the wife sat and watched it, and we were just like, yes. This is how you do Iron Man.
It was perfect. And, you know, like, somebody was saying, it was actually on Cracked, or they were saying that, you know, one, like, kind of flaw of the whole Marvel universe is that there's never going to be any resolution to it. And I actually think it's a plus, because they were saying that, you know, like, Robert Downey Jr. is not going to be Iron Man forever, you know, but he's going to, like, magically Time Lord himself into another person, you know? Or I was thinking, like, actually, the way I was thinking, it's going to be, like, eventually, years from now, Tanya, we're going to be discussing it like you discussed James Bond. And it's going to be like, well, who was the best Iron Man? I think Robert Downey Jr. was the best because he was the first. And there's going to be these discussions, and it's going to be very interesting.
You're probably right about that, too.
We've already had 3 different Hulks, so...
Yeah.
By the way, Mark Ruffalo, the best Bruce Banner. As much as I liked Eric Bana, Mark Ruffalo was great.
Yeah, I have to say.
Number 5, Watchmen. I loved Watchmen.
I liked it.
There's a hard thing where you start sitting there and you start comparing it to the book, and that's like, you kind of have to turn that part of yourself off and just watch it, because they came so close.
See, that was my problem.
You know what I mean? But you couldn't really do it exactly 100%. It wouldn't have worked. Like, I think the ending from the book, to set that up, it would have made the whole movie like another hour longer, and it was already very long.
Oh, I know, but I mean, like, I think I was just, you know, I think the you know, the written form is just too much in my mind watching it.
Yeah. Well, probably because it's like 20 years old, and you probably read it like a billion times, like I have.
Yeah.
Number 4, The Amazing Spider-Man. That's my favorite Spider-Man movie. Yes, it has its flaws, it has its silly moments, but Spider-Man's supposed to be kind of silly, so it worked for me.
Enjoyed it. Enjoyed the hell out of it.
And it was fun. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it was very fun.
I remember when I saw that, and I was like, why weren't the first 3 movies like that? Because they were trying to do it like so serious. You know what I mean? And Spider-Man 2 was awesome because it was serious, but I think Spider-Man should be about fun, action. You know what I mean? Number 3, Batman Begins. That was like the redemption for the Batman movies.
No, I remember seeing that movie and I was like, just like, this is it.
I knew before I saw that it was going to be good because I remember seeing the cast and I remember saying, just based on this cast alone, I know they're taking it seriously.
Oh, I still think...
Like when I saw that, like, Gary Oldman was in it, and Morgan Freeman was in it, and Mike Cocaine was in it, you know, and Liam Neeson, and Christian Bale, and I'm like, they're really taking that one seriously, and it's going to be good, and it was.
I still prefer the 1989, I think, Batman.
Well, that one was all about being stylized and kind of like gothic cartoonish.
Yeah.
Which is something that you like a lot.
I do. I like that one.
All right. See, this list has been great so far, but number 2 kind of throws it off kilter. Number 2 is Iron Man 3.
Ooh.
See, now, I'm not like... All right. I've been a little hyperbolic about this. Iron Man 3 is not an absolutely terrible movie, but it is the worst Iron Man movie.
Okay, let me put it like this. I watched it, and I went, this is poopy for an Iron Man movie.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a bad action movie, but it is sort of a bad Iron Man movie.
It's poopy for an Iron Man movie. It's poopy.
Yeah. They were trying to be... You know what the problem is? They were too ambitious.
Yeah, you could see it, you know?
They were too ambitious. Finally, number 1, The Dark Knight.
Dark Knight. Awesome. Awesome movie.
And I have a feeling he hasn't seen Captain America the Winter Soldier. It would have been on there.
I was just going to say...
Because it was so fucking...
It should have been on there if he had...
But he might have even sent me the list before it came out. You know what I mean? Some of these lists are kind of old.
I hope he's seen it, because it is...
I'm taking a point off for Iron Man 3, but I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10.
I'm going to say 9 out of 10 as well.
Yeah. I think the order is a little weird. I mean, like, I don't think Batman Begins is better than The Dark Knight Rises. But,
yeah, I have to say that too, but...
You know, that's splitting hairs.
But I Winter Soldier, I want to see it again right now. That's how bad
I can't wait to own it on DVD.
Oh, day one.
Absolutely.
Day one.
Okay, he's also sent me a list from the top10s.com, and this is the... I love the title of this. The top 10 stupidest TV shows ever made.
Okay, I'm down with that.
Okay. Stupidest, Tanya.
Stupidest.
Now, apparently, this is actually... I don't know why it says top... Okay. All right. It's not top 10 because there's like 97 on here. But the thing is, it's one of those things where... Wow. Okay. Andrew is screaming the lyrics of Iron Man by Black Sabbath at me on Steam. I'm trying to talk, and I'm seeing this little window pop up and going, yo, is he insane?
Hi, Andrew.
Has he lost his mind? Can he see, or is he blind?
Wow.
It was one of those things where people vote on it. So it's all ranked by voting. So I'm just going to do the top 10 here and not worry about the other 87.
Okay.
Anyway, number 10 is The High Fructose Adventures of the Annoying Orange.
Oh, God.
You know, I can't believe they made that into a TV show. I mean, The Annoying Orange is so bad. For a while, I was subscribed to it because I would show them to my nephew when he was like 1, and he loved it, you know. But now that he's outgrown it, I unsubscribe real fast.
Me too. Yeah, I did for my nieces.
Number 9 is the Naked Brothers Band. I don't even know what that is.
I have no idea what that is.
Yeah.
Probably Thankfully, so.
Apparently, it's a Nickelodeon thing.
Yeah.
Number 8, Dr. Phil.
Oh,
what is wrong with Dr. Phil? I don't really specifically have a problem with him. Like, yes, it is a show for middle-aged women, but at least they're not watching soap operas.
ridiculous.
You completely cut out there, Tanya.
Oh, I said some of the things that he comes out with are completely ridiculous.
Well, the kind of like the homespun cliches that he comes out with, like the ridiculous shitties. But he has a point, you know. He's just saying it in a stupid way.
Yeah.
Number 7, this could honestly be number 1 as far as I'm concerned, is Here Comes Honey Boo Boo.
That should be number 1.
I love the South Park parody of that.
That was one of my favorite episodes, actually.
Yeah.
Raising
and I have not watched like any full episode, but I did watch the whole like spaghetti thing.
Oh.
And oh god, that was gross.
Yes.
Yeah. Number 6 is Fanboy and Chum Chum.
Huh?
What the fuck is Fanboy and Chum Chum?
I don't think I want to know.
Yeah, I don't want to know either. Number 5 is Fred the Show.
What?
Yeah, first he was a YouTuber, and then he made Fred the movie, and then there's Fred the Show. All he does is fucking go, ah, Fred, ah! Can I get a couple of million fucking views on each video just going, hi, this is Fred, ah!
Wow.
I could do that. I wish I thought of it. Hi, this is Fred. Ah!
God. Oh my God.
I know it's all an act, and but it's annoying, you know.
Mm-hmm.
You know what's funny is when you see the guy who plays Fred just talking normally and just like being himself, he's like the most normal person.
Well,
so apparently he is a good actor.
Yeah, in front of a camera.
Number 4, I kind of put this into the same category as the Honey Boo Boo thing, is Keeping Up with the Kardashians.
That needs to not be a thing anymore.
You know what I hate about the Kardashians? That they're famous for being famous.
That they're famous for having no talent?
Well, here's the thing. I don't have anything against them specifically, you know, personally. You know what I mean? I'm not attacking them. I don't think they're bad people. I just hate the trend of people just being famous just for being famous. Like they just basically, they got a show and they put themselves out there and that's it. There's no, you know, there's no reason for them to have a show.
No.
They're not interesting people.
Nope.
They're not particularly attractive, at least to me.
I don't find them attractive whatsoever, actually.
And I don't really understand the appeal of the show. Like I said, I don't hate on them. I just, they're not interesting enough to watch. They're not annoying enough to sort of like, you know, like watch like, what's her face? That is this chicken or fish? You know, that whole thing.
Oh, yeah, I know who you're talking about.
You know what I mean? It's not even like you're watching them for being retarded. You know what I mean? They're just like so mundane.
And they're talentless. I mean, literally, there's no talent there to speak of. So, like, why do I care, you know?
Yeah. Number 3, speaking of which, is the Jersey Shore.
Ugh.
Now, this is even worse. This is even worse because these people, I can't even just say that they're just mundane people who, you know, are just there and there's no reason to watch. These people are actively douchebags.
Yeah, they are all douchebags.
They are all absolutely horrible people.
Yeah. Snooki is a fucking...
Oh, she's an asshole. You know, I was listening to Herman Cain's pod. You know, I'm a big Herman Cain fan.
Mm-hmm.
I was listening to his podcast, and he was making fun of the fact that Condoleezza Rice was going to be the commencement speaker at this college, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I guess a couple of the professors and whatnot were offended by it because of, like, her role in the Bush administration. You know, it was a super liberal college. So she pulled out of it and said that she wasn't going to go there because she didn't want it to be a spectacle and to be about her because it was supposed to be about the people that were graduating.
Mm-hmm.
Which I thought was a very classy move for her. I'm not the biggest Condoleezza Rice fan, but that was the right thing to do. And then Herman Cain's sidekick pipes up and he goes, "Didn't Snooki speak there?" He's like, "You're right, Snooki did. She wasn't the commencement speaker, but she was a special guest." And her whole message was, study hard but party harder.
How about no?
How about no? Yeah.
How about no?
Number 2 is Hannah Montana. I'm not exactly in the demographic here, but I am sick of Miley Cyrus.
I'm sick of Miley. I'm sick of Lindsay Lohan. I'm sick of all that shit. I really am.
I am too. Yeah. Remember when the most famous female celebrities were like really classy and intelligent?
Oh, you mean back when it was actually a real
like what it was like it was like Marilyn Monroe or Audrey Hepburn or if they had something to say and they were beautiful.
Yep.
And talented.
Yes.
And now it's like skanks.
Yes.
Why don't we just have a show called Skanks with a Z?
Skanks with a Z.
Put all these chicks together in a house and give them 3 days worth of food and a couple of weapons and just watch what happens.
Now that I would watch.
Yeah, I would watch. That'd be like Battle Royale, Oh my God. Number 1, Dora the Explorer.
Yeah, that needs to go.
Julie says she likes bagels.
Well, you can't have upside down. I like bagels too.
I said, yeah, we all do, but not upside down. They're evil. Dora the Explorer is brain poison. I think it's actually making kids dumber. It is something that is completely mindless. And we've all watched mindless TV.
Oh, of course.
But, especially as kids. But it's masquerading as educational.
It's okay. If that's educational, then I eat sand every day, which I don't.
I eat sand every day. It's got no nutritional value. I got no energy. But I've seen a little bit of Dora the Explorer because it was, oh God, I was waiting to have my car fixed, and I was at the dealership because they did it for free,
Mm-hmm.
And I was all the way in New York, and I was sitting there, and I would drop the car off, and I was waiting for my grandmother to come and pick me up. Oh, I know what happened. My car suddenly broke down, and it was a major, major problem. And it turned out that my transmission basically just completely fell out of the vehicle. And it turned out they could not figure out how it happened.
Oh,
I was driving, and it was a scary thing because I was driving along the road, nothing was going wrong. All of a sudden I heard a rattle and a bang, and I came to a screeching halt, and I could no longer drive, and there were pieces everywhere, and I wound up, calling a bunch of people and getting towed, and I took it to a Kia dealership where, because it was still under warranty, they fixed it for free, and they could not figure out what caused it. But like I said, the important thing that it was free. But anyway, I'm waiting for my grandmother to pick me up, and they had Dora the Explorer on the television, and I felt my brain leaking out of my ears. It was torturous.
It was torturous.
It was really, really terrible.
I remember being forced to watch it with one of my nieces one time.
Oh God!
And I really
promised to never let her boys watch it.
I literally had to get up, and I went over to their mother and I said, no.
Just no. Well, anyway, out of 10, Tanya.
Out of 10?
Yeah.
I'm gonna say 10.
I'm gonna say 9.
Okay.
I'm taking a point off for Dr. Phil.
Well, I think that should be gone too. But
as much as he can be annoying, he's trying to help people, so I'll give him a pass. You know what I mean?
Mm.
By the way, just looking through the rest of the list, just some of the stuff that missed the top 10. Just out of curiosity, Barney and Friends, Toddlers and Tiaras. That should have been in the top 10.
Oh God.
My Little Pony, Friendship is Magic.
That should have been number 1 for me.
See, now why is Sesame Street on here?
Oh, come on. No, wait. Really? Sesame Street?
Yeah.
I used to love Sesame Street.
They have King of the Hill here, too, on number 20, so I'm glad that didn't reach the top 10. What else is on? Dateline. See, now they're just being retarded. Well, I guess these didn't get enough votes. Like, South Park is on there.
South Park? Really? Wow.
Yeah. But there you go. They're the top 10 stupidest TV shows brought to you by the top10s.com. Oh, my.
I have time for like a little.
I was actually going to suggest, why don't we just do one more?
Yeah, because I'm fading over here.
You need. Tanya needs food badly.
I need food. You know what I want? I want a big juicy hamburger. That's what I want.
I had some big juicy chicken sandwich right before this.
Mmm.
Where are you going to get your big juicy hamburger? Or are you going to make it?
I'm gonna make it.
What are you going to put on it?
I'm gonna do. I'm actually. What I'm thinking about doing is I'm actually gonna do some bacon fat. I'm gonna cook it in that, and probably gonna put some. I don't know. Maybe I'll put some like some like garlic seasoning, things like that in there.
Any cheese on that?
No cheese.
No cheese?
No cheese. No.
I've recently been buying this smoked Gouda that's really amazing. I want to try it on a burger.
I'm gonna do some lettuce. Probably do some.
The crunchy water.
Yes, crunchy water, and I'll probably do some onions too. Actually.
Oh, you gotta have onions.
Yeah, I do some onions and green peppers too.
Ooh, I love peppers.
Yeah, it sounds good to me actually.
Okay, I'm looking through this to pick like one more list to do. How about no, not that. Let's see. Well, Alex Shannon sent me a whole lot of lists. Let me just pick one of these. He sent me a lot of lists.
Oh, wow.
Let me just pick one of these. Let me scroll to the bottom here. He just sent me a whole bunch of them.
You know, I know that name too.
Well, he's on Skype. I believe, isn't he the guy that made the War of the Abyss map, I think?
Is he?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure. How about 10 poignant photographs from humanity's lowest moments?
Okay.
I just kind of like the name, you know? So, might be going out on kind of more of a serious note here.
Okay.
All right. So number 10 is the Shanghai Baby.
Well.
And let me send you the picture. You've probably seen it. It's a very famous photograph.
Yeah, I've seen that.
It's the Shanghai the battles of the South Pacific in World War II. And you just have this baby sitting among all the desolation, just crying, and it's true, you know.
Yeah.
Number 9 is the Crying Boy Soldier. Now this is sad because this young man here, I'm gonna send you the picture. When he was in World War II, he was 16 years old and was therefore automatically drafted into the Hitler Youth. Obviously, did not want to be a part of this at all.
Oh, jeez.
So, kind of shows you how terrible World War II really was. Number 8, the Spanish flu outbreak. And the photograph is just a baseball game where all the baseball players are wearing masks because of the rampant flu outbreak that was going around in 1918.
Oh, jeez.
You know, there was a massive flu outbreak. It killed 100 million people.
Wow.
That was 100 million people was, according to this, the entire population of the United States at the time, and 6 times the amount of people that died in World War I.
Wow.
Yeah. They were digging mass graves in Philadelphia. That's how bad it was. But you see, they're playing baseball. They got the masks on, you know.
Wow.
Number 7 is the Atlantic slave trade. Here we're just... this is just too sad to look at. It's just a boat just packed with people, you know.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. Number 6, the Berlin Wall rescue. This is actually a really cool one. Let me send you this picture. Did I just lose you?
No, I'm here.
Okay, there we go. Oh man, too many people IMing me.
Same here.
Okay, so anyway, you could see you got this soldier trying to rescue this young boy over the top of the Berlin Wall.
Mm.
And, you see the way he's glancing around. He knows he shouldn't be doing it, but he can't help himself,
Yeah.
Number 5 is William Saunders photographs. I mean, the particular one they use is a guy getting flogged, I guess. This was happening in China.
What's this in China?
Yeah. Oh, and apparently it was staged. Oh, and no, he wasn't being flogged. It was a staged photo of a beheading. Basically, this guy went to China and staged all these photos to try and show how, like, uncivilized the Chinese were.
Oh.
And to sort of, like, get people to kind of help them out, Okay, number 4, they call this one Indifference to Death. It's a woman just casually strolling by some bodies in Ukraine.
Oh, in Ukraine?
In the 30s, yeah. And it was just, there was a lot of there was a food shortage. And the original caption of the photo was, "Passers-by no longer pay attention to the corpses of starved peasants on a street in Kharkiv."
Jeez.
I mean, and imagine if you walked outside and you were just strolling over to the Dunkin' Donuts and there was a bunch of dead hobos sitting there.
That's horrible.
Exactly. But imagine you got so used to it that you just didn't even pay attention anymore. That's what's terrible about it. Number 3 is, this was published in National Geographic back in 1913. It was when Mongolia gained its own independence, and I guess they were trying to be poetic about it. It's a Mongolian woman trying to break out of this, like, box that she's in. Let me show it to you. Let me see if you could figure out what the fuck's going on in this picture.
You know.
What? What?
It looks like...
Tony, if you're gonna say something, say something.
No, I was just thinking to myself that looks like a torture kind of device I've seen before.
According to what I've read here, it was just basically they would stick people in these cages and just kind of let them rot.
Yeah.
So there you go. Kind of the Mongolian version of the stockade.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of.
Number 2, the brothers at Nagasaki. And it's a sad thing. There's this little boy standing there next to, I guess, the grave of his brother who died at Nagasaki. And finally, number 1, and I'm not going to send this to you because this is really tough to look at. It is a mass grave from one of the concentration camps in World War II.
Oh, no, I can't.
Yeah, and they're just stepping over bodies. So these are indeed 10 poignant photographs from humanity's lowest moments. I am going to take off 1 point for the flu one because that wasn't really lowest moment of humanity. It wasn't anything that people were doing wrong. It was just an unfortunate breakout of a disease.
I'm going to agree with that, and I'm going to say 9.
Yeah, 9. All right, well, on that very somber note, we end today's list, critics.
And, well, actually, before we go, it's just one little thing I want to add in, is that it is trending right now on Facebook. Apparently, the New York Senate is having a yogurt debate.
Oh, no, what? Really? I mean, really?
But
yogurt debate?
A yogurt debate. Did I see a Seinfeld episode about this?
Well, that was this frozen yogurt, if it has fat or not, yeah. Oh, okay, it's the New York Senate. They're debating whether or not they're going to declare yogurt the official snack of New York State.
This is news.
Why does there need to be an official snack?
Couldn't tell ya. Oh, wow.
So apparently this Democrat fella said, what exactly are we defining as a snack? And that's the Democrats for you, right? That's like Bill Clinton. It depends on your definition of is.
What's a snack? Well, Doritos. Yeah, there you go.
And then this Republican fellow says that he thinks it's self-explanatory. I mean, you have breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and then you have snacks. And then the Democrat fellow says, did you consider, say, the potato chip? What if the pretzel was dipped in yogurt? This is a Seinfeld episode. Your tax dollars at work, man.
Oh, my God. I can't believe this is a thing. Well, yeah. So, yeah.
Yogurt, though, I don't think is a good choice, personally. If anything is the state snack of New York, it should be pretzels.
I was going to say pretzels. Yeah. Fresh pretzels. Yeah. There you go.
The soft pretzels that you get from the push cart.
Yeah. Yeah, seriously. Well,
yeah, that's something else.
Thank you for listening to List Critics and the now famous yogurt debate.
That's actually trending on Facebook. That's the craziest thing. Is there anything good trending on Facebook right now? No.
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 NBC cancels Community, which I never watched, so
This shit.
I don't care.
I guess Stephen Colbert is stepping down.
Yeah, apparently they're replacing him with
Larry Wilmore.
Larry Wilmore. Yeah.
Minority Report with Larry Wilmore.
Okay.
Well, that's going to be the show. See you guys. Say goodbye, Tanya.
Goodbye.